All right, guys, well, if there's ever been a question as to me being a fan of Daniel Defense, let me tell you, the answer to that is now even more concrete than it ever was. I like him more even now that I have one and now that I've been messing with one than I ever have in the past. And I've always wanted one of these. I just never was in the right place at the right time, I guess, so to speak. There was a time about a month ago that I was in the gun store and I almost got, I believe it was the same model, but it had the key mod rail, and it was in this color. The color's what drew me to it. They had this color here, and they had the tornado gray. And while they, in the store, were kind of pushing the tornado gray and talking about how they liked it, I liked the color that they call Mil Spec Plus. This was the color that I really liked. So when I seen this one on the used market, I had to get it pretty much. It's basically everything I wanted. You know, it had the custom trigger in it. It had the Geisley supercharging handle, ambi. You know, something that me being a left-handed shooter, that's why I have it slung this way, and we'll talk about the sling being hooked like this. This is exactly pretty much what I was looking for. There's still some more things I have to do to it. There's things I've done to it since I've received it. I took the rail off the bottom and had a BCM 10 slot Picatinny rail. I took that off for now. Would like to get like Troy Battle Sights or the Midwest Industry Low Pros for backup irons. The EOTech will stay for now, but I'm not for sure if that'll stay in the future. It just depends, but for right now, that's going to stay. The Seekins Precision Ambi Safety definitely was something I wanted. The Surefire Pro Compensator was something that I really wanted as well, and I have a feeling that's really going to do good when I shoot. The BCM rail covers, guys, and the BCM sling mount here. But the other couple of things that I want to do to this gun is I want to get a hand stop up here. I want to go light and I want to go kind of minimal on this thing, and I know that kind of might sound silly being that I have a heavy EOTech on here, and I did feel the weight. Once I slapped that EOTech on this rifle, that's when I really started to feel some weight on this guy. But I do like the EOTech sight. I like the big picture window. I like the reticle, the circle with the dot in the middle. I like that. But I want a minimal hand stop. Now the one that really caught my eye, and it's very pricey and it's very hard to find right now, it's called the Rail Scales. I can't remember the name of it, but if you look up Rail Scales and put in hand stop, Rail Scales hand stop, it'll come up. And it's $80, and it's a wee little piece of aluminum, but I just like the way it's contoured, the way it's formed, and the same piece will work on either M-LOK or key mod just by flipping the internal piece over. It's really a neat design. The next thing I want is a light on here, and I want to go very minimalistic with that. I don't want heaviness hanging off the end of this barrel. I want a compromise of lightweight and good mid-range lumens. So basically what I'm saying is I'm not going to get 2,000 lumens off of something that's lightweight and small on the end of the rifle, but I want something that's adequate enough to go out mid-range. So what I want to get is the Thorntail, Haley Strategic Thorntail offset key mod mount, so I don't have to put a pick rail on here or anything like that. It's going to go up here, it's going to go on this side, right here, and let me get this in frame here. It's going to go right here, and it's offset, and then I would get the Haley Strategic 400 lumen Enforce light, where it's a digital switch and it's only momentary. There is no constant on. Those are kind of hard to find, so I might end up with a standard Enforce 400 lumen, but that will remain to be seen. I don't know as of yet, but that's the light I want to run on here, and the hand stop. Now, the other hand stop I'm thinking about getting is the BCM, what is it, the Kinetic? I can't remember the name of it, but BCM's hand stop. It's very lightweight. The key mod equipment that's on there to hook to this is supposed to really be good and solid, and it stays in place on key mod. BCM really does it right when it comes to key mod accessories and the way it's machined. If you have problems with your key mod, chances are that you got a bargain basement key mod rail, or the parts you're putting on it are bargain basement, and one of those two things aren't in spec. If the key mod handguard and the key mod accessories are in spec, they should work for you from what I'm being told by everyone. So, you know, but BCM makes a good product, and I'm thinking about getting their hand stop. But I like the Rail Scales one too. Now let's talk about the Sling. Guys, I've always found this is the Vickers Blue Force Gear Sling. I took it from another AR, so it really doesn't belong on this AR, but for right now, that's where it's at. I like to hook my slings to the outside. So if you're a right-handed shooter, your gun would be coming down this way, your sling would be on the outside, and then down here it's on the inside. But why I like that is because you loosen this up here, and when I come up, it's not in and around my cheek. Okay, I can come straight in like this. I'm trying to stay in camera frame here, so don't go all crazy on me if my stance isn't 100% right here, because I'm trying to stay in frame. So basically, you can tighten this sling down, this Vickers Blue Force Gear sling, and then when you want to break, you can keep this tight to the body. So for whatever you're doing, or you could leave it loose if you think you might need it quick in a pinch. But when you loosen it up, you just pull this, and that gives you some play to come up. Well, the sling being on the outside, keeps it well away and free and from getting bound up in here anywhere. And I know that not everybody likes that, but for me, that's the way I like it. That's the way I like to run it. So I remember I told you guys I would talk about that. That's how I feel about that. Now, the bad lever, I don't know how most of you guys feel about the bad lever, but for me, shooting left-handed, the bad lever is really an advantage. There is some things you can do. There's some other ways you could go to do this. But for me, I can drop the bolt on my right-hand side. So basically, I'm shooting left-handed, and the bolt is back, and I put in another mag. I would come here with my right-hand thumb to drop the bolt, okay? That way, I could stay here. I could unmag, slap a new mag in, and when I slap the new mag in, then I can just send that bolt home and come up and keep on firing, although my hand will be to the outside of the sling. But that's, I can just keep firing and keep going. I don't have to mess with anything on this side, on my blind side, so to speak, on my off side. That's why I like a bad lever on my gun. It may not be for everybody, but for me, it works. And then I have the, like I said, the Geisley Ambi supercharging handle, really nice, really smooth. I've never had one of these before. It seems to be working out very well. It is kind of pricey. It was on the gun. I think it's about $80. But for what it is, I do like it. I know the BCM Gunfighter. I have that on one of my other ARs, on my AR pistol, as a matter of fact, and I really like it. And I don't think you can go wrong with the BCM either. Actually, to tell you the truth, if I was purchasing one myself and this didn't come with one, I probably would have went with the BCM Gunfighter. This is nice. The gold really doesn't match the rifle. I would have rather had this in black, but I'm not going to complain because I could have had the standard one that came with it, which was just like a mil-spec right-handed charging handle, and so I'm not going to complain about it, but it just really doesn't match. It probably looks good in the picture when he bought it, but doesn't really match the rifle. So that's it as of now, guys. So still just a few things to do to this guy. Man, I cannot wait to get out and shoot this with this trigger. I cannot wait. It's gonna be an awesome time. Speaking of trigger, we're working with a clear gun here. Gun was cleared twice before I've been on camera. And I'm gonna visually check the chamber. And no rounds have ever been loaded in this rifle yet since I've had it. Only had it a short time now. But let's go ahead. We're going to mess with the trigger a little bit here for you guys. And we'll let you, let me see, how can I do this? Okay, guys, so here we go. Here's the trigger pull. Reset. There's how I would use the bad lever. And wow. Crazy. It's like a Nighthawk 1911. Crazy, guys. Crazy. And I love it. Love this gun. Still like my LaRue as well. You guys know I got the LaRue, and there's some things I got to do with that. I got the Haley Strategic Offset sight mount on there. And now I guess I'm just rambling. So let me go ahead and end this video, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. But here it is, guys. The Daniel Defense DD M4 V11. And I got to tell you, I'm a bigger fan of Daniel Defense now. After I've went over this with a fine-tooth comb, took all the parts out, messed with it, and just, you know, got to know it a little bit before firing it. I'm more of a fan now than I was before. Let's see if that holds true or if it goes up or stays the same after I shoot it. All right, guys, until next time, H4T, and I'm out.